Good news, everyone! Hey, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Rune Fencer Illyia, the demo, Road to 100%. And I just got finished speaking with the devs, and it turns out that we do have everything that we need to continue. So if you look here, got Echo Blossom, 3 shards, the Primal Glyph, keys, food tickets, and 1, 2, 3, 4 if you do include the icon. I went ahead and equipped all these off screen because I realized that while I was going back and redoing some stuff, I didn't bother to put any of them on. So now we're fully loaded out. We've got a couple of ingredients for cooking. And we've got bomb making materials, we've got elixir making materials. And we're full up on health and glyph. So let's go. I keep on falling. Illyia. Are you there? Please. Help me.
If you weren't such a failure, Lily would still be here. She should be here instead of you.
Alright, so point of no return for us. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about this episode. But before we do that, I want to make sure that we get this cutscene out of the way. I think it's over here. Maybe a little further. Anyway, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is we got to the poison area last time. The Ghost Grotto. And turns out that the double jump is actually a full release only. So there was really nothing for us in that entire area. Still pretty cool though. We learned about some new runes. Feel like I could get up there. I also noticed when going back through the footage that there are 2 different types of effects. One is the poison effect, the other is a blight effect, which is the same that we experience when we go down to Lowtown. And it turns out that getting hit with blight and also standing in that poison fills up a meter, and it's when the meter is fully charged that we actually are in danger of dying. But yeah, so that puzzle is completely undoable until the full release. Here we go. Central Shrine. Oh, welcome. I am the caretaker of this abandoned shrine. Are you lost, child?
Well, a little. I'm looking for my sister. She has red hair, like mine. Have you seen her?
Forgive me, child. I have not. We have not had new visitors here in some time.
And where is here exactly?
You have arrived to the last refuge of the sunken kingdom of Ethos.
Huh? What do you mean? Look, we were on an airship and...
All those who arrive here come not by choice, but by an act of the goddess. I too arrived here long ago. I believe that the goddess willed it, to have somebody watch over her shrine in this cursed place. I see the moonstone you grasp so tightly, child. You're a runist, aren't you? Blessed by the Blue Lady herself. A terrible blight poisons the land, as you have surely already seen. Those with her blessing of runic can withstand the blight, but within these walls, those without her gift can live in peace. I know you will leave soon, for your own reasons, just like all the rest. Take this. I hope it helps you find your sister, child. Map of Central Shrine. Thanks. I hesitate to tell you, but seek the great temple to the east across the bridge. The bridge is guarded well by a knight of the kingdom. You must be careful. Yeah, we know all about that. Perhaps you will find your way back to your sister in the end. I pray that you do. Return here for shelter, should you need it. I will be here, as always. Moonlight Guide You, child. Yeah, so I wrote down a lot of notes for lore about this person and about Lethice as well. So, what else do I have to talk about here? Yeah, so that ball puzzle that we were trying to do is completely undoable in this. I did start scheduling a whole bunch of shorts. A couple of them already went up on the channel, including one music video montage that is really cool, having to do with the final boss. Hello there. If you have coin, Lethice says wares. Ah, hello there. Another new arrival to the island. How interesting. I'm called Lethice. I visit the shrine every so often to check on things. I've picked up a few oddities here and there. Perhaps you'd like to trade. Yeah, so as you can see, we have basically no money, but we do need pretty much most of this stuff. Something I glossed over last time is that our wallet is maxed out at 500, so some of these items were never gettable in the first place, but we do need this. We do need this, and then this is optional. So I'm probably gonna do the grinding for money off screen. No, maybe next time, if fate permits. Keep your wits about you, little runist. The ruins beyond these walls hold only death for the careless. Trying to remember what was to the left of here. We want to go to that area first. You know, let's go to the right. We'll deal with the, this person. There go our echo shards. We actually do have a blossom this time for you. Hello again. You came to visit me after all. Huh? Sorry, you've got the wrong person. I suppose that could be true in a way. I'm Ch-ch-ch-chia, the emo. Ch-ch-ch-chia of Malachite, if you wish. I'm Illyia of Moonstone, the optimist. Illyia, what a beautiful name. I've not heard it before. Or have I? I came to this place in search of something, Illyia, and I believe I've found it. You were looking for this thing? What is it? Well, I suppose you could call me a healer of sorts. I think we can use this machine to guide any lingering echoes and heal them. Echoes? Echoes are fragmented memories of those trapped between the veil. If you shatter them, you can break free the chains binding them to this realm. You've noticed it too, haven't you? This whole island is strange. Time and space flows erratically here, and these poor souls, they get tangled within, like a fish struggling to break free of a fishing net. I don't think I'll be venturing out again, not for a while. I would like to inspect this machine, although it seems unworkable for my purposes. If you find any echo fragments, please bring them to me. We can ease their suffering and finally lay them to rest. Echo fragments, got it. I'll do my best. Aw, I just realized she's doing a cute little nodding face there. But yeah, so the echo fragments go into here, and we also have an echo blossom, so let's talk to her about that. Oh, that flower you hold. Could that be an echo blossom? Please, could I hold it? That's a very strange request, but sure. Sure. Thank you, Illyia of Moonstone. Are these flowers special or something? They are very special. A miracle of the echo long lost. I never thought I would see nor smell this flower ever again. Of course they would be here. Why didn't I realize? Actually, I'm pretty sure I got it from above, but Please take care of this flower and any others you find. They are truly precious. So it seems that for the demo, they're probably just lore and flavor text, but they probably hold some deeper purpose if you get all of them in the full release. You have anything else to say? Yeah, so I took a bunch of notes about her and this machine as well for a particular theory I have that I think you'll like. I'll save that for its own separate video, but start to think about in terms of Zelda games. Touchgrass. You. I thought you were a boss last time, but it turns out you're just a regular enemy. So you're not so tough. I think we will get a new rune from him though. Yes, the hammer. Alright, so this is one that we didn't see last playthrough because I killed him and apparently he doesn't respawn. Right, we want to hold on to the whip. Don't fall down the well. Wow, I can't believe I didn't... Never mind. Okay. So, that's the Athosian brute down. Whether enhanced with strange runic or wayward descendants of giants, the enormous size of the Citadel guards were a constant source of gossip. Yeah. So I have a theory about him and the knight as well, but let's see what this hammer does. Weapon runic, so we know it has a dodge roll attack. Arcane hammer, attack with a conjured hammer, a slow yet mighty weapon that can withstand any blow, resists damage while attacking. So I think I know what this one is. Okay, so that's just our basic strike. That's the one. Yeah, I saw some animated GIFs of that. That's very cool. Alright, doesn't look like we can do multiple hits. Let's heal up. So I did actually confirm, and you'll see right there that healing with Glyph does refill a bit of your rune, which is useful. So you can get a bit more life out of it. And this gentleman here, we'll free him. Hello, good Sir Knight. Hey, watch that thing. Blessed Moon Almighty, how long have I been in that wretched crystal? Thank you for your aid, lass. I am Master Rinaldin of the Knights of Pinion. I don't know why I skipped his text there. This guy's cool. We can read his stuff. Hum, this is most troubling. Let us regroup in the shrine above. Please find me there. I wish to thank you properly. Yeah, he was just saying how he almost took our head off. But we come over here, and Shrinewell Key. I remember last time it took me forever to get this. Pretty sure there's nothing else over here, but just check. Almost looks like there's something below us, but we can't dive down. Can I get to that, I wonder? I didn't try that last time. And there's some kind of giant eel-like thing here. Let us see. I might wind up cutting some of this out, unless I get it right away. Yeah, so I think that's the best shot that we had there. I'm gonna cut some of that quiet part out there where I was just attempting and failing. But that was the best shot that I had after multiple attempts, and I don't think it gets any better than that. So we're going to call that off limits until we get the double jump. And this area I'll save until we finish talking to Ronaldin. Remember to hit left so you don't fall down the well. Why do we fall, Master Ronaldin? So you can learn to fight better. Ah, salutations, young lass. I am just trying to get my bearings after spending so long in that crystal.
Okay, but why in the rain?
Fresh air clears the mind, my girl. I am Master Ronaldin of the Knights of Pinion. I arrived here at the Kingdom of Ethos at the behest of my king, alongside my comrades. However, we are not runists, so the island's strange curse affected us immediately. We were separated in the confusion, but I only barely managed to make it to the protection of this shrine. Or so I had thought. Right as I reached the shrine, I was attacked from behind by some shadowy villain. Coward. If you came across any of my fellow Knights of the Pinion, tell them to regroup here. In exchange, this old head of mine has some combat techniques that you may find useful. I've no talent for runic, but swordplay is swordplay. It's all about the fundamentals, my dear girl. Ah, don't give me such a sour look. I did promise you a reward, didn't I? Interesting, he's a sword master, but he wields a halberd, and I don't actually see a sword on him. Draw your sword. Your training begins now, young Illyia.
Huh? Now?
Sounds like he's doing such horrible things to that poor girl. Exemplary swordsmanship, lass, or should I say, squire. Oh, we'll make a fine knight of you yet. So, because I saved this until last in the previous run, we didn't get a lot of use out of the parry. So hopefully I'll be able to do it a lot better. Apparently you can chain them together too. Anyway, so we have a bunch more graves here. So we noted that one of the moonstones, the memory stones, actually is placed at the graves of children. But for now, let's go back here and make our way to the left. Not like that. We know we can do this vanilla. So I'll save the whip for something else. Anyway, so I had mentioned touch grass before, and that got me thinking about another concept, which is touch sun. What is touch sun, you might ask? Well, you know about touch grass, right? And how it's this idea that you're supposed to get out into nature instead of being inside all the time. Well, the thing about that is you can be touching grass in the middle of the night or dawn or dusk, and you're not actually exposed to sunlight, which you need to produce vitamin D to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So the phrase I came up with was touch sun, which is not only is it important that you get outside, but that you do so in the sunlight, and particularly at peak times of the day. You can get an app called D-Minder to tell you when those times are. I know that missing sunlight was something that was really rough on me this past winter. I don't know why I can't get this jump all of a sudden. Ah. Thank you. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Anyway, come over here. This is essential. Frozen flame obtained. Slightly lowers the amount of ori lost in death. that'll help us, especially since we lost all our money before. Can I get into this pipe? I don't think so. No. Maybe. No. Alright, come down here. Ring the bell. I love that so much. It's a massive plane going by. Forget what this guy's name is. I think it's like Pocket or something.
Human! Woo!
Yeah, so unfortunately we can't get to this until we get the gravity rune in the full game. So we're just gonna go back up. So we have this keyhole here, which I thought that the thief's key would be useful for this, but it's not actually giving me a prompt. Peculiar iron key with a handle resembling a closed eye, an Ithian symbol representing the unseen. Seems intentionally designed to break after a single use. Seems like where it would go, because we can't get through here otherwise. Meat jerky. Squid jerky. Pickle jerky. Yeah, so we would use the gravity rune to slam through that and get whatever that item is that the little lizard was holding on to. But we do have the Shrinewell key. We could go fishing, which actually we have to do, so let's do that now. So fishing is actually required in this to get 100% because one of the fish has a royal shard. Lots of money, that's good. Okay. Wrote a great deal of notes about this guy as well. I forget what they're called. The Sahajil, I think?
A human! Don't scare Hook like that. Human's not supposed to be down here. Or Sahajan either. This Hook's secret fishing spot, not theirs.
Anyway, so he just teaches us how to fish. So we already know how to do that from last time. I do know that it is actually possible to stand over on that side and fish, but I don't know if that's for later, because I don't think we can get there in the demo. Yeah, I did see gifts that suggest that you can stand on there, and you can actually cast towards the shore, and Hook will get mad if you, Oh, there's crabs down at the bottom too. Interesting. But yeah, Hook will get mad if you keep throwing the line on the dry land. Makes sense, because he's the one that has to fix it all the time. So as far as 100% is concerned, what we want is that shiny green greedy there. He's the one that has the royal medallion that we need. And once we get him, that'll actually be 4 medallions, which means we can take it back to the Blue Disciple and get some health upgraded, I believe. That's assuming we can get him. First, we have to get him. So far away from where we launched. Oh, there's one of those big ones this time. The good news is, once we finally do get him, it should be a short reel in. Come on. Have to remember how to fish now. He just teaches us how to fish. So, we already know how to do that from last time. Fortunately, the fishing in this is pretty forgiving. Nice. Critical strike. Like we're dangerously close to breaking our line. Can't afford one more miss. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Fortunately, the fishing in this is pretty forgiving. Ah, too far. Actually, that's perfect, because he's right there. No! Alright, I have to reel this back in. Give me a second. I'll cut this part out. I do want the green one, but on the other hand, I kind of want the big one. But it doesn't look like he's coming close enough to us. Come here, little fishy. Any of you watching this ever been fishing in real life? I know my dad used to take us fishing when we were kids. Up near the Ramapo River. We went on a fishing trip when we were young up to the Adirondacks. Camping out in the woods. That was a lot of fun. He had a guide there. He would show us how to frogs, and we would go whitewater rafting. He thought we were a bunch of city kids, but it turns out that we actually enjoyed nature a lot. Trying to focus here. Oh, he got away that time. Gotcha. Green Greedy, 14 pounds. Of course, we get Sheko. And a Royal Medallion Shard. Royal Medallion obtained. Alright, so that's as far as we need in terms of fishing for the demo. Good fishing, human. There's a hook again. Yep. Nice guy. Anyway, so to continue my fishing story. So we would go whitewater rafting, and we would go fishing out on his raft. We would cook them over an open fire, and he also had a bunch of other things as well. Various wild meats. We had venison and wild turkey. Not the drink, of course, but actual bird. really interesting thing about that, let's turn this in first. Ah, could that be a royal medallion? As priestess of a shrine in the kingdom of Ethos, I'm obliged to grant you a blessing in exchange for this offering. What would you ask for, child? Strength? Wisdom? Blessing of Strength, raise max Vitality. Blessing of Wisdom, raise max Glyph. Not sure why I would want to raise max Glyph, because that seems like it would make it harder to heal. That, or it heals us for more, because I know that healing doesn't necessarily give us a full recovery. Although we only have 3 hearts, so let's go with Vitality. Very cool. It is done. Moonlight Guide You, child. Unfortunately, we can't get a full Mender's medallion. I'm wondering if that's permanent, if there's like a max to one or the other, like there is in Zelda, or if there's even an option to change the conditions later. I guess those are questions for another day. Anyway, so back to my story. So he would roast wild turkey over a fire, and he coated it with this Vidalia onion salad dressing, which when we first saw that, we were all like, ugh, that's really gross. But it tasted amazing, actually. Turns out it's made from Vidalia onions, which you can get down in Georgia, and they even sell the dressing in the store. The duelist. Let's try using our hammer on this guy. Well, I guess we're not getting a flawless victory on this guy. Wow. Another weapon runic. Arcane Katana. Attack with a conjured katana. Fragile yet beautiful weapon that requires patience to wield. Can cut faster than the eye can see. Consecutive strikes build into a heavy critical. So let's see what that does. Interesting. Oh, we lost our hammer, though. Cool. Alright, let's recharge that back up. So, this is what I was saying before, is I think we might be able to stand on this elevator. We'll find out. Anyway, so the first night that we were there, in our campground, there was a whole bunch of tall grass. We actually wound up using a canoe to flatten it down. Let's get this, because we need this. By the king's orders, do not let that filth through to the central shrine. They can scream and pound the gate all they like. Pathetic. Let these rebels stew in their blight for all I care. Go fragment obtained. Anyway, so that's the path down to Lowtown. And we'll free this gentleman. Whoa. Whoa! There was a person in there. Are you okay? Where am I? I'm still alive. How long have I been stuck in there? The undead with the longsword attacked me. I just barely managed to crawl back here and hide. I never want to experience that again. Well, you won't, because I took care of him. I don't know how you did it, but thanks for helping me out. You're a new arrival, yeah? I'm Arlen. I work the smithy inside the shrine, most of the time. Mostly because there's nothing else to do in this damn place. Come and visit me sometime, yeah? Yeah, I wrote lore about him too, in regards to the wider theory about what this place is. And there's another item that we need for 100%, as is this. The power. The door won't open without power. Alright, so that's 2 more echo fragments. I wonder how many we need. Ah, yes. Billiards. So continuing on with my story there. So the first night, there was a whole bunch of tall grass surrounding our campsite, and we had to flatten it with a canoe. And that same night we heard a whole bunch of wolves out near our camp. We didn't actually see them, but we could hear them. They were pretty close. Maybe only a couple 100 yards away. I remember that our guide, even though he was this old boomer, who was in like his 60s at the time, he was very charming, and he actually... One of the things we bonded over was a mutual love for Ren and Stimpy, of all things. Stimpy, you idiot! What's funny about that show is that when it came out, it was on, I believe it was on Nickelodeon. And so you know how they have the ESRB ratings that supposedly are to protect younger audiences? Well, that show was considered Y7 at the time, which meant that you couldn't watch it if you were younger than 7 years old, which in hindsight is pretty messed up. Of course, a lot of those Nickelodeon shows back then had some pretty messed up stuff if you dug deep enough into it. So, for instance, Rugrats actually had a lot of dark humor that you gloss over as a kid, but is really messed up to think about as an adult. So, for instance, there's the episode where Stu is making pudding for Angelica, and his wife Dee Dee comes in and is like, "What are you doing? Why are you making pudding?" And he's like, "Because I've lost control of my life." Basically being the slave to this little 3-year-old girl. I remember there was another episode where Grandpa Lou, it's implied that he was the guard on Overwatch during Pearl Harbor, and that he fell asleep, and that's why Pearl Harbor happened. Yeah, so a lot of messed up stuff like that. But I mean, those shows are great. I still remember them fondly to this day. I happen to think that the 90s were probably peak culture. The stuff before that was a bit too prudish, and stuff that came after that, well, we're not going to get into that. Sit here and play with my balls. So we remember from last time that it is actually possible to get all the way up to the top of the bar, and that the secret was that we need to hit the orange ones into the orange ones. Very much not like that. We might have to restart this one. But yeah, what were some of your favorite shows for those of you who grew up in the 90s? I remember the 90s were all about trying to be cool. We had shows like Rocket Power, Static Shock, Batman the Animated Series. Recently been rewatching the X-Men animated series from the 90s on Disney+. That show was great, man. The other thing that's interesting about shows from that time is they weren't afraid to be dark and gritty, but they did it in such a way that, you know, you never saw a lot of blood or gore. So for instance, Wolverine is meant to be this, like, really cynical badass. And the show does a great job of conveying that he's sort of this, like, bloodthirsty hothead. And he's constantly beating the crap out of people, and Batman's constantly beating the crap out of people, but you never see blood or gore or killing. Sort of an interesting constraint to have to create around. Not that I'm necessarily opposed to blood and gore, but let's see if I can get that double one up there. Oh, that was pretty good. I think we might have it this time. Oh, we got something. Can we get them both? Come on, one more. Yes. Awesome. Let's go collect our reward. Another Royal Medallion Shard. They're just giving these out like candy at this point. Something else about the X-Men show is it had an amazing intro. In fact, a lot of the shows that back then had amazing intros. Do we want to go down to Lowtown yet? I think we'll hold off on that. I did want to try and see if we can hop, skip, and jump over this. This may take a minute. Yeah, so we'll probably cut some of that out. Just like the area down in the well. And that right there was sort of the best that we're going to get, I think. We go up first or down? Well, we know up is where the final boss is going to be. I guess let's go down to Lowtown. So going back to what I was saying before, a lot of those 90s shows had really awesome intros. Oh, speaking of Wrathu.
What in the... Oh, hello there. Sorry about that. I must have zoned out for a moment. Hi. Yeah, you could say that. I'm Chia, or Chia of Centralia, that is. And this is my assistant, Wrathu. Whee! I'm an antiquarian by trade. Antiques, historical items, all kinds of stuff. We've been using that little room in the Central Shrine's library as our base for now. Wrathu and I ventured down here to see if we could find anything interesting, but, well, I guess it's a little more dangerous than we thought, isn't it? If you ever come across something mysterious, please let me know. We'd love to look at it, okay?
So I'm told that apparently you can find them again, but that it requires some really tricky platforming. So I want to say that they're above the stairs that we were trying to jump over. Yeah, so we're here in Blighttown. Interesting, the icon doesn't seem to be working there for a minute. supposed to give us blight, but it's got an X on it. Wonder if the sprite is missing. Oh, not you again. Yeah, so a lot of those 90s shows had really awesome intros. Like the da-na-na-na-na-na, which really sucks that they changed it for season 2. They actually made it worse. I happen to think that the intro for the original X-Men show was pretty perfect in a lot of ways, not just the music. I might do a video talking about all that. Let me know if you'd like to see something like that, actually. Doing analysis videos of older shows. Right, we can't heal when we're blighted. So we have to be very careful. Let's go heal up at the shrine in that case. Another show that I was rewatching lately is the Fantastic Four show from that same period, and also the Silver Surfer. So there are a lot of things about those shows that are kind of not great in terms of realism. One thing that's a lot better than a great deal of writing today is the fact that they all sort of have individual unique personalities and interests that persist across time. So for instance, Johnny Storm and the Thing will be constantly fighting about, you know, what their favorite TV show is that they're gonna watch. Little details like that just helps create better world building. Oh, I see you there. That was really stupid. Get down here! I don't know why I'm bothering to deal with these guys. We do have a bunch of stuff for when we reach Russell that we can do some cooking. Probably just roll past all this nonsense. Oh, so much for that plan. I was never big into Superman, really. I was always more of a Batman fan. I always felt Batman to be a much more interesting character. I think part of it is that, to some extent, a character like Superman just isn't really believable. He comes across as like a goody two-shoes in a way. Although the Zack Snyder ones are pretty interesting. I know a lot of people didn't like the fact that... Maybe I shouldn't spoil it for the people that haven't seen it, but the way that particular movie ended... Henry Cavill is great though, man. He's going to be doing a Warhammer 40k series, which I'm really looking forward to. Come here. Yeah, so this is something else that we need the gravity rune for. Alright. We have this secret area up here. Swift Strike. Forget what that does, but we need that for 100%. Crystallize memories of an assassin, increased riposte damage. So with the... I might actually equip that when we get back to a shrine, because the sword icon gives us increased combo and finisher damage. An increased riposte damage would make us an absolute beast. Alright, so we have this mimic down here. If we stand right there, we're just out of his range, but we get a good look at him. Let's heal up. We don't actually need him, so I might just leap him by. I think the purpose of this guy, like I said in my last playthrough, is just to introduce us to the idea of a mimic. Let's go right. I think this is a dead end. Yeah, this is a dead end. We need the gravity rune for that as well. It's a shame, because this is a really cool area. I'm interested to know more about this place. Make sure there's no other secrets, like how we were missing the mending shard. Roll past you, roll past... right. Ooh. Run into the wall. Need to heal up again already. And we're blighted. Which do you like better, for those of you who are watching? Do you like Batman or Superman better, and why? In some ways, I actually like the Punisher a lot better than Batman, even. Because I think his code about not killing is a bit unrealistic. Although there are versions of Batman that have killed their enemies. Kind of a Pyrrhic victory there. Alright, so we need to be careful here. I remember this from last time. Take you out first. Charge up an attack. We'll take out the Mimic. Alright. Get this. Serum drop. Heals blight and temporary boost blight resistance. It looks like licorice too. Alright, so I think the only thing that's on the other side here is another Athosian duelist. Yeah. Let's settle it with a sword fight. Oh yeah, we should probably learn how to parry. Come on. Interesting. Not sure what killed him there. I know it is possible for him to get stuck on this area. Feels like we should be able to drop down there, although it may just be for ambiance. But yeah, that guy's pretty cool. Wouldn't mind seeing more enemies like that. This guy gonna come back? No. Okay. Waiting for the worms. Alright, so that's everything down in Lowtown, I believe. Yeah, we got the, Swift Strike. So I think that's everything here. Make our way back up. Ah! It's raining worms. Oh my god, it's raining worms. Oh. You know what? I'm wondering if it's possible to do a trick jump where you go off a falling worm. Do I really want to sit here and try that? Well, I guess that answers that question. Actually, this is better, because we get sent back to the shrine. Let us pray. Let's take these off. Was this actually doing anything for us? Successful knockback recovers a small amount of vitality. Let's give this a shot. You know what? We know what this does, we know what this does. Let's play around with these two, see what kind of difference that makes. Just for variety's sake. Going up. But yeah, we're making good progress. We almost have everything we need. Yeah, I really think that they're up there. I may have to practice that off screen. I love the rain ambiance in this too. We actually had a really intense rainstorm last night. My attic, it actually will sometimes leak when it rains, mostly from windswept rain. Unfortunately, we can't afford to fix that. Do we want to fight the Queen's Knight now? No, I think we'll leave that for the next episode. In which case, next episode will be making sure that we have everything that we need before we go and fight the final boss, and see if we've unlocked this new area or not. So, if you like this video, leave a like, share, subscribe. Make sure to wishlist the game on Steam. Give the devs a little bit of that like it love as well. We're going to do some final wrapping up, and then everything after that should be new. So, I will see you in the next episode for that. Take care.